Hi guys! I'm back! I missed my video last week and I was so gutted about that because I've only missed I think one Sunday so far in 2015, and so to miss last week I was so disappointed, but I had just been so crazy busy there just wasn't time to film anything. But I'm back this week and I'm so pleased, and today I have a film review for you. 2 weekends ago I went to see Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. This is a slightly belated review because I'm pretty sure this film isn't actually in cinemas anymore. I think it sort of trailed off last week and those were the last screenings, but I still wanted to review it because this is a film that I really unexpectedly enjoyed. That's not to say that I went into it thinking that it was going to be a bad film, but I did go into it thinking that it was going to be slightly predictable and filled with a few kind of getting slightly cliched tropes from YA literature that have been floating around in the film and literature world over the past few years. This film premiered at the Sundance Film Festival this year and it won 2 prizes. It won the US Grand Jury Prize for a dramatic film, and it also won the Audience Award for US Drama. So I knew that it had been fairly well received critically before I went to see it. This film tells the story of Greg. He is a teenage boy at high school in Pittsburgh. He is your kind of typical awkward teenage boy just trying to navigate the minefield that is high school. But he does have one friend, or colleague as he calls him, Earl, who is a childhood friend who he's grown up with, who goes to the same school, and they love to make films together. They make little short kind of parody films based on kind of obscure either foreign language films or really old films that they've watched together throughout their childhood, and they like to create their own little films based on these. That in itself I found a really interesting part of the story. I felt that that in itself could have actually been quite an interesting focus just for a film in and of itself, looking at them actually making these films. But as the title would suggest, there is another very important part to this film, and that is the dying girl. Rachel is a girl who Greg goes to school with. She is a sort of childhood friend. Their mums know each other and she is diagnosed with leukemia. Having not spent a massive amount of time with Rachel, this is something that makes him sad but doesn't make him want to run to her side. But from kind of familial pressure, he ends up going and kind of trying to befriend Rachel at this really difficult time. So that in a nutshell is what this film is about. There have been quite a lot of YA films and books and whatnot lately that feature one of these kind of manic pixie dream girl type characters. So I did worry that this story was going to kind of fall into that trap a little bit and have it all very kind of romanticised and whatever. But it wasn't like that at all. I think that this film deals with what is quite a difficult and upsetting topic in quite a refreshing way. It wasn't too heavy, it wasn't too intense, but at the same time it was dealt with as a serious issue. It wasn't pushed to one side, it wasn't made light of in any sort of way. It was focused on as a very difficult topic, and the way that Greg responds to what is happening to Rachel I think is dealt with in quite a realistic way. As young people, I think in books there does tend to be this maturity to the writing where this teenager who's about 16 is writing as if they are, you know, a 35-year-old. Whereas Greg, while he's not always actually a particularly likeable character, and I have watched a couple of videos that are reviews of the book which have kind of torn the character to shreds in the book and said as a character he's actually not particularly likeable, but I do think that the way that he reacts to what Rachel's going through is probably more representative of how teenagers would respond in a situation like this than maybe some other representations. He is an awkward teenage boy who hasn't ever had to deal with something as serious and intense as this before, and so he deals with it in a slightly awkward way. But his awkwardness and his inability to kind of express himself in terms of that is something that I think actually goes on to help Rachel. I loved the soundtrack. I thought the soundtrack was excellent. It worked so well with the material and it just really flowed kind of effortlessly. There was some really interesting camera work. The way that the camera panned around I thought worked really well. There were some really interesting shots, so I think that it was every aspect of this film worked really well together. Considering the subject matter, it was funny, it was entertaining. Thomas Mann and Olivia Cooke, who played Greg and Rachel, I thought actually did an incredible job with the subject matter. It's not an easy subject to deal with, and I think that they played it so well. There was this really amazing awkwardness paired with real sort of vulnerability that just it was just fantastic. This is definitely a film that pleasantly surprised me and I would really want to watch again. So that's it for my review of Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. I really enjoyed it. I would recommend that you see it if you can. If by chance it is still showing at a cinema near you, go and see it. If not, when it comes out in DVD or goes, you know, inevitably onto one of the amazing streaming services online, Netflix or Amazon or wherever, please do try and check it out. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you've enjoyed this review. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment in the comments down below to let me know if you've seen this film or if you've read the book and you would recommend it. If you haven't already subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more film and TV related videos coming to you very soon. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're having a great weekend and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye! 2 weeks today, the best show of all time is returning to our TV screens. That's right, season 5 of Once Upon a Time. It starts on the 27th of September and this is